Yeah, working. Let's do it again anyway. Hey, what up everyone? I'm Sunnycool, and this is Gems of War. Can't ever figure out, like, I have a mute button on my controller, and I, like, try to have it on when I'm recording, like, gameplay where I'm not really doing commentary. I'm just recording the gameplay, and then I'm gonna put commentary over it later, because I don't want stuff like background noise on. If I'm just trying to record the video, and then I'll be playing Fortnite, and I'm like, oh, if something cool happens, I'll record it, and then maybe I'll make a video later, or even Gems of War. And then, so sometimes I have it on, sometimes I don't. And sometimes it's picking up the background noise when I'm not even really trying to record. So then sometimes I have it on, like I'm supposed to, and then I forget to turn it off, and then my mic's probably not working, but I don't know. Figure that out. Some games it doesn't matter, like this one it might not even matter. I don't know. So you might have heard me 2 times. But, yeah, we are going to take a look at the new Mythic troop, Liekki. Is that, I don't know, is that its name? Liekki? Liekki. Liekki. Then we have a vault event, right here. Treasure vault, gnomes everywhere, increased chances of treasure gnomes and more vault keys this weekend. Got 3 days to get as much vault keys and verses as you can. Run those gaps, get those vault keys. That helps you get everything else in the game. Ironhawk or Rowan. We'll go over it in a little bit. We have degraded server performance. Wonderful. Perfect timing. They're just impeccable with their timing with the servers are experiencing degraded performance. You know the best time that can happen? When you're trying to go really fast and do Vault Event? Stupid. Dummies. Alright. So, I need to run Epic Trial, set up the stream. It is Mista Scales week. Oh, we'll look at the Soulforge, too. I forgot to put that in the title. Probably do that first. Let's run Explore. No, let's run Epic Trials. No. Not... Come on, bro. Why is it loading for so long? Taking forever to load stuff that I'm pushing the wrong button. This is what I did want. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, we already did it, though. We can't do it. Alright. So I have to go somewhere else and just do a funny Explore 12 team, maybe. A funny Explore 12 team that you would never use. What can we do? Well, maybe. Was this the previous new Mythic? Tempestus? Is that the newest, the most recent? You can look at the old new Mythic from last month. On autoplay, it probably won't last too long though, so I better hurry. Alright, set up the stream, kinda, hopefully here. We got new Mythic Liekki team and key opening vault event guide. Soulforge. Will I make a video out of this too? I don't know. Been kinda slightly lazy at the beginning of this month. You know, I put in a lot of work at the end of last month though, you know what I mean? Thumbnail, just our generic live stream thumbnail, wherever it is. There it is. Open. Playlist. Gems of War Live. So yeah, you got a new Mythic and a Vault event right now. Like 2 of probably people's favorite things going on. At the same time, Gems of War new Mythic. Gems of War Vaults. Liekki. Gems of War Vault Key. Gems of War Vest. Gems of War Gnome. Gems of War Gap. Oh, okay. We'll just do that. Save it. Last stream we did was the chatathon. Let me jump into the chat here. While it's saving my thumbnail and whatnot. And it's doing the thing again where it puts an ad over my chat. I hate that so much. Why's it gotta do that? Not that anybody's here yet, but they will be. Skip that. Okay. Escape. Go back. Alright, how'd the team do? Crappy? Because that Mythic wasn't great. Gold ring or 10 diamonds? I don't want either one of those. Let's watch it again. English is the language I'm speaking, believe it or not. Gems of War is the game we are playing still after 10 plus years. Actually, I've only been playing it for 9 or 10. The game's been around since 2014. And everything there is good. I think we're fine. I think I'm just gonna go with that. Okay. Leave it alone. Leave it alone, don't touch it. Don't pick at it. Don't try to make it bleed more. Don't open it, look in it. You know, just wrap it up, leave it alone, don't touch it. Quit picking at it. Quit trying to pop it. Why you do that? Just leave it alone, act like nothing happened. Just wrap it up real tight with pressure, and then just don't look at it for clean it, and then maybe you can put a new band-aid on it, wrap it again, clean it, wrap it again, clean it. But you don't look at it, pick at it, squeeze it. Don't do that. It's not a good idea. Some people like to do that. They like to pop stuff, pick stuff, look in it, investigate it. Alright, Soulforge, let's run away. I feel like I'm forgetting something, but that's okay. Retreat! It's too tough for us. Oh, we gotta get out of here. Hey, I got the 3rd place on speedrun.com for Explore 12. You know, the thing I tell nobody ever to do, because it's not worth your time. I mean, it is, but way late after you get all your dailies done. Last thing you do every day would be Explore 12, farming metals. Last thing. I got 3rd place, so I got the 3rd fastest team for that. Maybe I'll make a video out of that. I'll show the speed run, and then show the team, and I don't know. I think everybody knows what the team is, but I could explain why it's doing what it's doing now, when it wouldn't do it before, maybe, something like that. But let's look at the Soulforge. Hopefully y'all can hear me. Somebody confirm in the chat if you don't mind. Everything sounds good, looks good. Let me know. Hit a like, turn your ticket to the train. Don't be a turnstile jumper, a hobo with a bindle. Borrowing socks from people, strangers. You have a pair of socks. Can I borrow your socks off your feet? Don't say that. That's who you are. If you don't hit like, you're borrowing somebody's socks off their feet. Alright, Soulforge. What do we got for this rotation here? So, what was in here, right? Wasn't it Takshaka? So I hope you got Takshaka. I'm almost sad that we have... The Soulforge has rotated. So Takshaka left, said goodbye, threw all your stuff in the front yard, and told you to get out of here. So, hopefully you got Takshaka. I mean, you still could get it with event keys. It's still a Mista Scales week. But as far as the Soulforge goes and getting Takshaka with diamonds, it's over. It's over with. Sayonara. Alright, we got Aguara, which we know. Well, we don't know, but it sucks. Vernalis, I don't really like. I think it's an extra step you don't need. Ironhawk! Didn't we say this? We're like, dude, go ahead and get a Takshaka. You'll have plenty of time. Ironhawk won't come right away the next day. I feel bad for that person in the chat that we told them to get their Takshaka. Now Ironhawk is here. We knew this was going to happen, though. We should have bet on it. We should have just told the person, don't... Okay, we're going to tell you to get Takshaka. And don't tell us that you're getting it, but act like you got it. Because then Ironhawk's going to show up. So, we all knew this was going to happen. Freaking Ironhawk's going to show up in the same week as Takshaka, when Takshaka's showing up in the same week of its event key and kingdom. So crazy. It is good timing, though. It's the Vault event. This has happened before, I'm pretty sure, where Ironhawk showed up during the Vault event. So this isn't even crazy. I've seen this before. Ironhawk appearing when it's the Vault event. So, perfect for some people out there. But other people just got Takshaka, and they spent all their diamonds, and now they can't get Ironhawk, and they're probably pissed. But just remember, Takshaka is very, very, very good. You didn't do anything wrong. It's just bad timing. You know, it is what it is, man. It sucks. Let's see. So the Mythics are Megavore, Ironhawk, Vernalis, and Aguara. So Ironhawk's the best, Aguara is the worst. Okay, this is an easy one. Ironhawk is my number one. I think it's the best mythic in the game. I think it gets you everything else in the game. So how can it not be the best mythic in the game? And you need multiples of it. You need 3 of them, 2 of them. This thing is the best. Number one. With like, get it. Like, if you have the diamonds, get it. You don't need 4, and 3 is a luxury, but you want 2 of them. So, and getting 1 is smart. So if you can only get 1, go ahead and get it. You're investing in your future. You won't have to buy one, you know, the next time it comes around. You'll be halfway there. So Ironhawk is my tippy top number 1 recommendation for crafting, for event keys. It's my number 1 mythic when I do top 10 mythics or mythic tier list. It's a S+++ mythic. Especially, it is right now. You know, in the future, maybe not, because you never know with this artillery support if they eventually make it to where Explore 1 can't be cleared with artillery support. Like, it could one day not be the best mythic in the game. But as of right now, it's my number 1 S++, because it gets you everything in the game quicker. So you're going to get faster diamonds and gems and bulk keys and gaps and verses and orbs and tarot cards, which gets you Wand of Stars faster. You know, you get everything in the game quicker if you have Ironhawk, and you can use Ironhawks during the vault event. You'll have more gems, more gold, more souls, all that. So I consider that the most important thing in the game, to make sure you have plenty of resources for everything else in the game. Alan Matthews! It happened last time too? Dang. So, if you have 4,000 diamonds, get it. No matter who you are out there, the only person that would have to make like a real, you know, hard choice would be if you're going for your 3rd one maybe. But if you don't have any, or you only have 1, get it and don't even think twice. You know, then, like, you know, they're gonna do an update and make it, but it's been out for a while and it's worked for years, so it's not like it's something new that might not work tomorrow. It's worked for years, so it's still really good in my number 1. Basically, it's 25 blue, yellow, brown Adana construct mech. It creates 12 doom skulls and explodes 28 gems. Don't pay attention to none of that. The main thing that it does is this 3rd trait right here, artillery support. That's Ironhawk right there, is the 3rd trait. Deal 5 damage to all enemies when an ally casts a spell. So what that does is when you're doing Explore 1, the enemies have 20 or less durability. And if you use multiple Ironhawks, you can set off artillery support multiple times, on top of having empowered troops on the team as well. And then you will clear the enemies out before anything happens. Like, it's the fastest you can win a fight. You're starting full mana, you're setting off these artillery supports, the enemy never gets a turn, the board does nothing, the enemies just die. So it's as fast as possible. There's like no way you can make it faster, honestly. Unless like the only thing that could be faster or better is if something comes in with this exact same thing, but it's like higher damage or something. So you'll put like a Sister Superior on your team, a Dust Devil. Dust Devil's really the thing. So Dust Devil with Ironhawks. You cast Dust Devil, it does 5 damage to all enemies. But in casting the Dust Devil, you're setting off your Ironhawks. So let's say it's 3 Ironhawks. Then you're going to do 15 damage with those 3 Ironhawks, plus the 5 damage from the Dust Devil, who's empowered. So immediately can cast the Dust Devil. Boom, it does 20 damage immediately. The enemies have 20 durability or less. They're all dead. And it's the fastest thing in the game. You just cast one spell, everything's dead. 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 There's no big explosion that sets off a huge cascade on the board. There's no, like, waiting for the enemy to take their turn. There's no casting Leprechaun and making a big explosion and hoping that it's still your turn, but nope, but now it's the enemy's turn, and then you gotta wait till your next turn. None of that. This is just boom, one button, dead. Boom, one button, dead. Boom, one button, dead. Boom, one button, dead. It's the fastest thing in the game. It's better than Cafruz with Atlanta. It's better than Rowan. It's better than Chrysanthrax. It's better than all that crap. So it's super consistent and the fastest in the game. There's other things that are pretty fast and maybe as fast as it, but if you put it up against Ironhawks for an extended period of time, Ironhawks would win for sure, because it's super consistent and just as fast or faster. So the spell is nothing. You don't worry about the spell. It's the third trait, so you need to get it fully traded, and you need 2 or 3 of them. You can start doing Ironhawk business when you have 2 of them. 3 of them is a luxury, and you use 3 of them for hunting gaps, hunting verses. 2 of them you use for doing gaps. But it can also hunt verses with 2 of them. So 2 is really where you want to get, and then 3 eventually. 1, you can't really do anything with 1. You're better off just doing Rowan or something else if you only have 1. But once you get 2, you can hunt gaps, verses, and do gaps. But once you get 3, you use 2 to do the gaps, you use 3 to hunt the verses. And then now you're doing it, you know, to the full extent. So best in the game, top number 1, S+++. Everybody should get it if you don't have at least 2 of them. Number 2 would be Megavore. Still a really good troop. I don't know if it's top 20 anymore, but it was. It's 24 blue, red, brown, Black Hawk, Merfolk monster. Eliminate all armor from all enemies. That's a ton of damage. Then it deals damage to an enemy and submerges myself. So it'll clear the entire enemy's armor. Just eliminate it. Like all 4 of the enemies. And then it does true damage pretty much because now they don't have armor. It doesn't say true damage, but it's pretty much true damage. So it does true damage to a single enemy, then it submerges itself. But what most people use it for is the 8% chance to kill the last enemy on 4 or 5 gem match. So you'll set off like a loop, an infinite loop. So then 8% chance, 8% chance, 8% chance, 8% chance, 8% chance. And it's still your turn, still your turn, still your turn, still your turn. Eventually 8%, if you do it 10 times, you're going to, you know, set it off. But the spell isn't bad either. Eliminating all armor from all enemies is pretty good if the enemies have like a ton of armor. You can eliminate half their health or half their durability with this thing. But yeah, mostly people use it for Death Below. It's borderline top 20. It's a nice A- or B+ tier mythic. Number 3 would be Vernalis. It's kind of mid. 20 blue, green, purple, Bright Forest, Divine Fae. Give attack to the first 2 allies. Give life to the 2 weakest allies. And give 10 magic to the 2 strongest allies. I feel like I just read this dude like he was just in the soulforge, but maybe it was Bright Forest week or something. I don't know. Entangle and Fairy Fire, a random enemy matching green gems. So it has a good third trait. It's just the extra step in a fight that I don't ever like doing. I feel like, why not just cast a damage dealer again? Why not just cast a mana generator again? Why are we doing this? But if you're using it to maybe Fairy Fire, then that might be okay. But there's better other ways to Fairy Fire. Mist Mother, Queen Titania. I really don't find ever a spot for Vernalis, but it's kind of, so I label it as like mid. Aguara, I think, is another one, even worse, like another one that's like, hey, it's just an extra step that's making fights take longer. If it was empowered or something, maybe I would use it, but otherwise I gotta get it all the way up, and then I cast it, and all the time it takes to do that, you should already be done with the fight, so it's kind of like an extra step type of mythic. 22 blue, yellow, purple, Valpakia, Wargear, Fae. Choose one, give 8 mana to all allies and barrier them, or give 40 to all skills on all other allies. But you have to, like, get 22 mana first. You know, I'd rather use Emperor or Empress for this kind of thing. Or other lower rarity troops if you're just trying to give mana or do barrier. Or, like, it's a mythic that does stuff that lower rarity troops can do. So I don't really, I think it's not good. It's like below average. So that's the mythics. Ironhawk with, just get it. Megavore would be second best. Vernalis third. Ogara is last. That's pretty cool though. We had Takshaka and then Ironhawk in the Soulforge. As far as legendaries go, we got Dragonstone Guardian. We have Umberwolf, Glitterclaw, and the Great Maul. Decent little crop of legendaries. They're not like amazing though. I find use sometimes with like the Great Maw, sometimes with Umberwolf, and sometimes with Dragonstone Guardian. Just not like awesome or anything. They're not Tesla, they're not Emberclaw, they're not Web Spinner, they're not Vinoxia. Who would be the best out of these? I'll use that for like my mid team sometimes, but
that means there was probably something better, and I'm just using it as my mid team because I show 3 teams. Umberwolf used to be good because it has this Dark Storm at the start of every turn, and it's still like the only thing in the game that has that, so it does have something that nothing else in the game has. And then Great Maul is really good until you get High King Irongut, or some of the other Devour options like Pycea and High King Irongut and stuff like that. So this is useful early game, early mid game, until you can get those troops. So it probably is the best one, the most useful one out of these. It's 24 yellow-brown, Drifting Sands monster. Devour an enemy and create 8 yellow and 8 brown gems, 1 cast only. No good traits, but the fact that it is a 100% chance to devour, where if you're fighting some really tough enemy team, you can devour all their stats, get a bunch of HP, a bunch of attack, a bunch of armor, and now you have a gigantic tank in first slot with a ton of attack. It's a good way to start a fight. If you're trying to do something difficult as like a early mid game player or something, until you get High King Irongut and stuff like that. I like the Great Maul for, it's like the Trickster to Leprechaun. It's the Great Maul to High King Irongut. So the Great Maul, number 1. Number 2, I guess, Dragonstone Guardian. It's never going to be the best thing available, but if you don't have the best thing available, it might be the next best thing. 17 yellow-brown Hellcrag Dragon Construct. Deal damage to all enemies. Create a mix of 5 good and evil Gargoyle gems. 50% skull. Solid all-around troop. It's a dragon. It's a construct. There's always going to be something better. Maybe if it's a Hellcrag restriction, but I'm sure there's even better stuff. Like, what, is Grovanga from Hellcrag? It's probably, better. And then you got Umberwolf, because of that dark storm, purple storm that goes on and on and on forever, the start of every turn. Deals damage to the first 2 enemies, places Hunter's Mark and Death Mark on them, then transform into a Nosferatu. It's not bad, and it used to be one of the better troops in the game. It's a really old troop. The worst one, probably Glitter Claw. Deals damage to a random enemy, transforms all blue gems to green to boost the effect. Fairy Fire all enemies. Another way to Fairy Fire that's not a crazy 22 mana cost mythic. It's not even that bad. It's just not the best one out of this crop. I don't use it too often. But if you wait until you have green to, or blue to green, that'd be alright. And it uses green. So none of the legendaries are bad, but none of them are freaking amazing that you should craft or something. So craft Ironhawk. If you already have 3 Ironhawks, maybe craft Megavore. Otherwise, I would hold them or fold them, whatever you want to say. The weapons haven't changed, the dragon hasn't changed. But that's crazy, we knew that was going to happen. Ironhawk was going to be in there as soon as we were telling people to get Takshaka, right? I'm gonna buy these 2. I need that stuff. Okay, so now we gotta go over the Mythic. We gotta go get it. I hope I reset my game. I think I did. Let's get rid of all these blankies. Rewards. It's the new month. We're in July now. June was decent, It's like the 3rd best month of the year so far. I put out a community tab post, full disclosure type of deal, but in the last year it was the 5th worst. So that's where we were at. It's kind of a nice little mid-month. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. We're in July now. Oh, I need to do this. Looks like I'm not way off. Should probably play some Vault this weekend, but of course it's the 4th of July, so other games probably give you like extra. You know what I mean? Like if you play any other game out there. I hate when the Vault event falls on like a holiday weekend. For me, that's horrible. It's like any other game that I play, you would get bonus experience, bonus loot, etc. on a holiday weekend. And Gems of War doesn't really... They used to kind of do that. But a Vault event's a Vault event. We always have Vault events. We have them once a month. It's not like they give us double Vault keys. Right? That'd be sick, though. It's the 4th of July. Like, soon. It's the 4th of July weekend right now. Why can't we get like double vault keys or double gold or double class, even just like double hero experience right now? Like, why can't they do anything cool like that? Like, what happened? They used to do that kind of stuff. I think we used to get like double experience, right? Double hero experience like sometimes, which isn't even that good. But it's better than nothing. It just shows that they're like aware that it's a holiday weekend. Let's do something fun. Like, let's make them want to play the game. Like, let's make them feel like they have to play the game. Like, every other game that I play is doing that, except for Gems of War. But of course it's a vault event, so it feels like they're doing something, but there would have been a vault event either way. They're not doing anything extra. So now you like have to play Gems of War, even though you want to play these other games that actually have a double experience bonus or double loot bonus. It's like, sucks. Wish vault event was next weekend if they're not going to do anything special for the holiday. Even though 4th of July, whatever, you shoot fireworks out of your butt, it's nothing too crazy. But even if it was Christmas or like New Year's or Thanksgiving or something, they don't do anything like too awesome. They might put a troop in the game, an event in the game, but we need like double gold or double. They need to do something cool. Double gems from Tribute. I don't know. They could do that. They're too greedy and weird. Alright, the new Mythic. Let's look at it first of all. I want to say that it looks pretty stanky. And normally I'm negative when we see new Mythics. I start on the negative side and I'm like, okay, maybe I'll start to like it or something. Unless it just jumps out at me like a Takshaka or an Iron Hawk or a Bane of Ambition. Those are all pretty good. But like Tempestus wasn't that great. And like this one looks bad. Honestly, this one looks bad on paper. I don't like it. I think it stinks, this new Mythic. Just on paper, doesn't look good. I hope you didn't get it if you're strapped for keys. So Liekki, 24 green, purple, brown, Volpacchia, Elemental Fae. But I needed a Mythic from Volpacchia. Well, you could have got a way cooler Mythic though, and it could help you with all kinds of other stuff. Choose one, deal damage to the last 2 enemies boosted by my life, or entangle all enemies, then heal myself back to full and gain an extra turn. There is like no good traits on it. All elemental allies gain 2 life and armor when my turn begins. And then the choose, both of them, I don't want to do either one of those. Where's the good choice? Damage, just like physical damage to 2 enemies? Or entangle all enemies? Heal myself back to full, which you may or may not need, and gain an extra turn? I guess it's like a free entangle all enemies. Not free, but it's an extra turn. You don't have to like waste your turn on it. But you do, like, you have to get it all the way up first of all. And then you're going to cast it, probably choose the second option because there's an extra turn. But is that like both? Okay, I don't know though. Okay, if you can deal 58 damage to the last 2 enemies, boosted by my life, and then heal myself back to full and gain an extra turn, that might be okay. We'll have to mess with it, but it looks pretty crappy either way, even if that's true. I don't know if I would want to use it. This thing does not look good to me. I like the troop art though. Pretty cool, like always. But even if you can deal damage to the last 2 enemies boosted by your life, and then heal back and gain an extra turn, I still don't love it. True damage would be better, some sort of instant kill would be better, looping potential would be better, you know, getting some sort of mana back somehow would be better, having good traits would be better. There's so many things that could be better than this. Hitting all enemies instead of just 2 would be better. Boosting off of something other than life would probably be better. Life's not bad, but armor's better, magic's better. I don't know, I don't love it. Seems like a legendary that they just, oh, we need a new mythic for it's July and we have this crappy legendary. We'll just act like it's the mythic. That's how it seems to me. This is more like a legendary than a mythic. But let's get it. I am getting it because I get every single new mythic. I have enough keys to where that's not a problem. I'm an in-game player that is barely missing anything, so when a new mythic comes into the game every month, I get it, and that's the reason. But there are people out there who are mid-game players, beginners, early, late-game players, and maybe they don't have as many keys as me, and they kind of have to decide whether or not they're going to get this thing. And I'm telling you right now, this thing does not look great, and you might want to save your keys, because you never know what's going to pop up next month, or the month after that, or the month after that. And wouldn't you want to have like a big stack of keys in case it's something awesome like Takshaka where you need 3 copies, or Ironhawk where you need 3 copies, or Pharaoh Cafru where you need 3 copies, or Zarg where you need 3 copies? You know, wouldn't you rather have like a big stack of keys in case you need 3 copies of something like amazing instead of just like, I gotta get the new one, I don't have it. And then you blow a bunch of keys on Liekki and you never use it. And then something does pop up next month like Takshaka and you don't have enough keys to get 3 of them and you can not even get 1 and you're like, dang it, I wasted all my keys on Liekki last month and now I can't get this awesome one. Can't even get 1 and I need 3. Let's start with glory keys because they give me gems too. But once we run out of glory keys, I'll just go get it. I always need gems. This is the lowest chance right here, but we could get it. Let's check our guild too. Like, make sure, you know, you restart your game. And then check your guild chat. Make sure people are getting it. People are getting it, so I should be able to get it. Sometimes if you go, like, if you go to Gems of War right when you wake up and you left the game on all night, it'll still be on Thursday, and then it's like impossible for you to get the new Mythic. So make sure you restart your game and check your guild chat and all that before you start throwing like a bunch of keys at it. Glory keys. Pretty low chance, but I get gems. Gem keys don't give you gems. Guild seals don't give you gems. VIP keys don't even give you gems. Glory keys give you gems. So I'm going to use those first, because I need gems. Man, it's being slow. 11 gems, that's pretty low. I like to see closer to like 20. Come on. Come on. 12, that's kind of... Yeah, I'll take it, but I'd rather see closer to 20. You can get up to like 30. Something. 13, are you kidding me? Come on, man. Better than 0, you can get 0. 14, it's slowly going up. 17, there we go. Let's see some more of those. 16, okay, okay. 22, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I really want, something like that. Yo, Funky Town! Thank you guys for the help with the Fortnite video the other day. It ended up getting like 2,000 views. Sometimes a video will start really slow. You know, like there's barely any likes, barely any views, and I just know it's like, it has potential in it. Like I knew that video could get thousands of views. And I like put it up on my community tab, like, can you guys help me out and like watch this and hit like and whatever, hype it up and all that. And with your guys' help, we got a nice, like, 2,000 view video out of it. Started so slow, though. After, like, 3 hours, there was only, like, 150 views on it or something like that. Which, like, a Gems of War video, after 3 hours, that would be okay. But for, like, one that it's, like, time-sensitive and, like, a glitch, and, like, you have to do it now, and it's, like, you get extra stuff if you... Like, I figured it needs to get views quick. Because they're going to patch it, and they did. They've already patched it, y'all. It freaking sucks. I didn't even get, like, 1 day with that video. Imagine if the glitch was still working right now, that video would get, like, 5 to 10k views, probably. Fortunately, they patch it, like, literally, I think, within hours of me putting up the video. It was, like, a way to get... Right now, they have sprites in Fortnite, so it's like a little pet you put on your back, and you know how much people love pets. And it gives you like extra bonuses, like extra health and shield, or it makes you go invisible when you reload, or it gives you extra loot when you open a chest, or so it gives all kinds of different sprites, and some of them are super rare. Well, there's this like resource called sprite dust that you need. Like if you lose your sprite, if somebody kills you, you drop your sprite, and then you have to buy it back. If you ever want to bring it into another matchup, you have to like buy it back. You don't lose it forever, but you have to buy it back, and you have to buy it back with sprite dust. So if you take the like rarer, better sprite you take into fights, the more it costs to bring it back if you lose it. Like up to like 5 to 10,000 sprite dust. Some of them only cost 100 sprite dust to bring back. Some of them cost like 10,000 sprite dust to bring back, depending on the rarity. And the glitch was like how to get like a lot of sprite dust in one match. Like there's this soccer field that's there. If you kick a goal, you get a striker sprite, and then you take that striker sprite and you put it in the extraction thing, and you send it home, and you get sprite dust. You're only allowed to do it once. You kick the ball into the goal, you get one striker sprite. If you kick the ball into the goal again, you don't get another one. No matter how many times you kick the ball in the goal, you only get one striker sprite, right? Well, if you bring a car to the soccer field, you kick the ball into the goal, and then you start bumping the ball into the goal with just the car. Infinite striker sprites. Boom, bump a ball. Boom, bump a ball. Boom, bump a ball. Striker sprite, striker sprite, striker sprite. So I had like a freaking 10 striker sprites out there, and then I put them all in the box, and I get like 500 dust for each one. And then you just do it again. The box goes away, you bring it back, you bump the ball, bump the ball, bump the ball, bump the ball. You get like 10 more of them. You put them all in, you get another freaking however much, 5,000 sprite dust. You're supposed to get 500 and just get one sprite. But with the car glitch where you can bump the ball into the goal, you can just keep doing it until the cows come home or somebody kills you or the storm comes or whatever. But I got like 10,000 sprite dust in one match when you're only supposed to get 500. And I put a video out, but by the time I got the video out, they were patching it like 3 hours later, 5 hours later. So now like I could have got so many views off of that. My daughter told me about it too, by the way. She's like, did you know if you bump the ball into the goal, you get more striker sprites than if you just kick it into the goal? I'm like, I gotta make a video on that. It took me like a day to make the video, though. Wish I would have made it immediately now, dude. You have to, like, do it, though. I had to go and do it. I had to, like... There has to be a car nearby the soccer field. And then, like, people can't just be fighting you the whole time or you're gonna die. They can't be in the storm, like... I had to make it happen on video first. I was a little bit... I could have jumped on it quicker and made it happen quicker, but... I did it like a day after she told me. Alright, so I did not get the new Mythic. You could continue with just Glory if you want. Remember to save enough Glory for like trait stones and the new Glory Shop Troop. In case you need gold at some point. For me, I could just sit here and do this, but this is like a fourth of what we were just doing, and we weren't getting it with 4 times the amount, so we should probably just go get it. I would keep getting gems, though, and that would be the cool part. So if we weren't streaming right now and I had infinite time, I would sit here and just do this. Because I get gems when I do this. And I don't need... I would save... I wouldn't go, like, under a certain amount of glory, but I could sit here and spend, like, 400,000 glory if I wanted. And just get gems every time. But I don't want to make y'all sit through that. You see this? I'm getting gems. It's like a fourth of what you would get when you're opening the 200 keys. Because we're only opening 50 chests now when we were opening 200 chests. You gotta notice that once you run out of keys, it's not the same thing. When you start using resources, you're opening fewer chests. I don't know if people notice that or not. Maybe that's why they spend gems on chests. But you know you're opening like a quarter of the chests when you use resources than when you use keys. Like when I was using keys, I was opening 200 chests every time I clicked this button. Now we're only opening 50 chests every time we click this button. So it really costs you like 4,000 glory to do what you were doing previously. Let's just do... our highest chance would be guild chests on chest level 6. So let's just do that and get it. I got plenty of this. There's nothing else I really need to use it on. This is what I have this much for, is to get the new mythics. There it is! Liekki! I don't care how you say it, that's how I'm gonna say it. Liekki. We got it. The only thing I could think... I'm gonna make a team from this. I don't like it. I don't think you should get it. I think it's trash. We gotta see, though, does the extra turn happen no matter what choice you make? Or do you gotta pick the entangle all enemies to get the extra turn? I want to see that. I want to investigate that, and then... I think I want to try it with, Tangle Bomb, maybe. Hopefully they aren't the exact same color. I think Tangle Bomb is green and yellow. Either Tangle Bomb or Archdruid Blackwood or something. Something else that needs stuff to be entangled. I was thinking Tangle Bomb, maybe. But let's go make a team now. Take it into, like, Explore 12. See how it does. We already know we can one-shot Explore 12 with Chrysantherax, so it's really going to have to impress me for me to have to use it. I doubt it's going to. Let's just do it here. This team was the previous... I think this was the Mythic from last month. I could check. I don't think I need to, but... What's the last new Mythic? Do you guys even remember? That's a good test of, like... Was it a good idea for you to get that new Mythic in June? Do you even remember what it was? That's a good test. Have you used it since then? Are you going to keep using it into the future? It's a good test on whether or not you should have got it or not, probably. Let's see. New Mythic approaches. It was Tetramorph. See, it's not even this one. It was Tetramorph. I definitely haven't used Tetramorph at all since it came out. But we can, where was Tetramorph? Right here? There it is. This was the new Mythic last month. At least it hits all enemies and creates elemental stars. I kind of like this one better than the one we got right now, but still. Wasn't that good. This one's better than Liekki, just for reference. Tempestus is probably better than Liekki. And those two I don't even like that much. Liekki's a big dud, I'm feeling. But let's make a team. Let's clear filter. Let's do upgradable. I need to upgrade all this stuff, but let's throw her over there. Let's upgrade her. She's at max power. We all hitting the like? Funky Town, Yoke, Alan. Is that the 3 likes we got right now? You 3? Hold on, I got some text. I sent a funny meme. Alright, live chat. Doot. Alright, I got her upgraded, right? 20, level 20, fully traded. Okay, and she's on the team. So we need to think of something that's going to take advantage of having all the enemies entangled, I feel. If you guys think of anything, I think Tangle Bomb. We could type it doesn't. Let's clear filter. Let's just type entangle and see what comes up. There any anything out there that like instant kills if something's entangled? Got Outer Father. Animus of Envy. Archdruid Blackwood. Boosted by Entangled Gems, so that's not going to help him. He wants Entangled Gems, not Entangle. If they're already entangled, there's a 30% chance to kill them. Pretensions, blah, 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 blah. Looking at everything that... Blackthorn. Boosted by entangled and bleeding enemies. Let's do a base rarity. Mortal Monstera. Boosted by entangled gems and entangled enemies. Boosted by entangled and bleeding enemies. Boosted by entangled enemies. Huh. Yeah, I was thinking Tannenbaum probably does the best thing if an enemy's entangled. Deal triple skull damage versus entangled enemies. I was thinking Tannenbaum in first slot, like Liekki can entangle everybody. We got an Elemental Fae and an Elemental Fae. So we could do either 50% start for Fae. We should probably do Mirage Queen, because she actually does skulls. Trying to make the best team I can out of this thing. Trying to make lemonade out of lemons or whatever. The Mirage Queen. If they're elemental, you might see the Mirage Queen. If they need skulls and curse and all that, you might see the Mirage Queen. Mirage Queen is awesome. Where's the Mirage Queen? What happened? Where you at, girlfriend? The Mirage. Right there. It's cool because it's blue-red. So we got yellow, green, purple, brown, blue, red. I like all the colors. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're missing like one color maybe? Which color are we missing? Blue? No. We got blue. We got green. We got red. We got yellow. We got purple. We got brown. We got all the colors. Now I just need a weapon. We have like no mana generation except for 50% starting, so we're probably gonna have to use our hero for that. Probably just do wand or something, right? I don't love it. You could do Essence of Evil, but then you can't Tannenbaum blocking it. You could do a weapon that puts skulls up there, but it's not gonna be as good at mana generating. So I guess the wand is like the no-brainer. I don't want to think too hard about my weapon. Then you can do Elementalist. Okay, we got Elementalist on. Banner. Got lots of green. We could minus blue or red. Like, we do kind of want to get up Mirage Queen, but it's already blocked by the wand anyway, so it's another color that everything shares. Nothing really. Guess we'd want to get like Liekki up at some point so we could entangle. Might not even need to entangle because I think I'm gonna do. If we're gonna minus one of Mirage Queen's colors, we should probably plus the other one, maybe. Let's do green. That's possible. Green, red minus purple. Green, yellow. Green, blue minus red. Let's try that. Let's see what happens. So what we're doing here, first of all, I want to see if we choose the first option, do we get an extra turn? So it's not like clear based on the text whether that last sentence applies to both of the choices or if it just applies to the second choice. If it just applies to the second choice, then it's like horrible. If it applies to both, then it's still bad, but at least not as bad, I guess. Let's see. Okay, so we probably want to get up the wand, honestly, first. The wand is going to be doing entangle. Like, Liekki's going to entangle everybody. We really only need the first slot entangled, so... I don't know, we don't really need all this entangle, but... Alright, but see, first slot's not entangled, so this is a good time to cast it. Cast... Oh, no, it's only the second option that gets an extra turn. That's the one we're going to cast anyway. Tangle their first slot. And then we got this. Wow, why did that not kill? Oh, he's got like 800 skull mitigation, I forgot. It's a bad troop to start this, showcase this team. Now it'll hit really hard. Boom, one shot. This does damage to an enemy, then entangle them and pull them to the front. I don't even think I want to cast it. He's just there to do skulls. It's there to do skulls. Boom! Nice. This is the best thing I could think of as far as this troop. It did help in that fight by entangling the first slot. Even though we had everything else on the team entangled, and eventually the first slot would get entangled, and we could cast Tannenbaum on the first slot and entangle it. It got an extra turn when it entangled, so we didn't waste a turn to entangle that first slot. Might be cool in like a Guild Wars situation, but when is that gonna... It'd have to be like an elemental... It's like an elemental team, right? Everything on our team is elemental. It's not like a certain color team, but it's an elemental team in case that's ever a restriction. But there's so much other better elemental stuff you could do than this. Right now we don't really want to take skulls yet because we don't have them entangled. I'd rather skull bait and take mana probably. We could maybe mess the skulls up. Get up the wand. Take extra turns. We have this, so we might as well. I'm gonna do this. Alright, let's entangle them all. And we don't have Mirage-y. We don't have skulls. Let's just do this. Don't have Mirage-y. We don't have skulls. Just do it again. Come on. Alright, we have skulls. Bang, did. If you don't have it, just do this. And we do have skulls. 255. You think it would hit harder? It's triple damage. You put on some seasons, maybe. That would help a little bit. Let's see how much damage this does, just for scientific purposes. It's 1-to-1 boost ratio. Wow, it doesn't hit that hard. It's pretty hard. Huh. But still, you know, it's just... Might try it a couple more. Let's see how hard. Maybe you boost its life up and then... Need to cast that, like... a little bit more, see how hard it could hit. It's a 1-to-1 boost ratio. So however much life they have, like it would do, against its own self, it would do like 268 damage. But that's still not enough to kill most of the time. We had already hit those enemies, I think. I could try it, like right now I'm basing it all around that second, the second choice. You could try basing it around the first choice, like boost its life up with something and then see how hard it hits, but I think like no matter what, it's still going to take longer than other things that could kill faster. Do a couple more fights with this one, basing it all around the second choice, and then maybe we can make a team where we're trying to base it around the first choice. Cause it hit hard when I cast it. When you don't need to entangle, you could always just cast that. Of course we miss. Me like going, oh wow, that's more damage than I thought. Doesn't mean it's good, by the way. It's just surprising that it hit that hard. Right now it would hit for like 278. It's kind of good that it does hit the last two enemies because then they will have their full life. And like we could do skull damage to the first two and then hit the last two and Miraji Queen, no. Everything's entangled. Let's go ahead and shoot it just to see. I mean, we should probably take skulls right now. 255. Dead. Any extra turns? Maybe. What's up with all that blue and purple there? Oh, I should have done Miraji maybe. Damn it. Alright, let's just kill this, then we'll cast it. See. Yeah, they're both still alive. That's annoying. But maybe if we do Yasmin's, or I wonder what metal I have on. But anyway, even if it one-shot both of the last two, it still wouldn't be like crazy good or anything. Alright, I wanna alright, let's change our metals and see if we can make it one shot. Like Nisha might be just as good as like doing Yasmin though. We'll see. Oh, it's because it's based on the enemy's life. That wouldn't matter, right? So Nisha, I already have the best ones on, so it's not gonna one shot. Based on the enemy's life, right? So us putting on Yasmin's is not gonna boost anything. You could put on Seasons, but then it would. But it's already not one-shotting, so yeah, we can't do anything. We can't boost it any higher. I was thinking like maybe you know the way we used to boost up Ketris with that weapon, Yasmin's Pride or whatever. But it's based on the enemy's life, not her life. If it's based on her life, we could boost her life up and then make it one-shot. Since it's boosted on the enemy's life, it's never gonna one-shot. Maybe like if we get Explore 16 or Explore, you know. But on Explore 12, it's not one-shotting, and that's where the enemies had the most life. It's always going to leave them with like a little bit of life left. I have a lot of magic and 3 Nishas, so maybe if you had like one, even if you have one more magic than me, you're probably still leaving them with a little bit of life. Which is kind of annoying that. So we can't really change anything. I don't think I would make a team based around its first choice. I was going to like boost its life up and stuff, but I forgot that, you know. Boosted. Oh, it is boosted by her life. Okay. I'm an idiot. So you could boost her life up. We could do that. We could try that. So this is one team. Let me go copy it. In case I end up making a video. Paste it. Rename it. Liekki. Liekki. Second. Like the second option team. Just make a first option team. So in that case, you'd want to boost up her life. Maybe you would use 2 of them? 2 of them? I would never tell you to get 2 of those, but if you were going to use the first option, you might use 2 of them. Or maybe something else that hits the last two. What am I doing? Alright, let's try... I need something that boosts their life up. What does King Oberon do? Does he boost life? I mean, like enchants and... Hey, it gives life and 5 magic to all allies. And it's a 50% start for Fae. So, like, if you're wanting to use the second option on this Mythic, you're probably going to want to use the Miraji Queen and Tangle Bomb. If you want to use the first option on this Mythic, you kind of have to build teams around which option you're going to use. You're not going to be able to, like... I think it's King Oberon instead of the Miraji Queen, because you can give it more life and more magic, make it hit harder, and then it can one-shot, but you got to cast this guy first. But he kind of, you know, he gives a 50% start to... Okay. Let's look at, Fae. We can make a Fae team. Like, we need something that also, maybe... I guess it doesn't have to hit the last two. Because if we boost up like Liekki, it might kill the last two, and then we just need... I don't know. What weapon are we gonna use? Fae. Fae. What do we want with this? This does damage to the last two, you know? Not that we need it, but... They're both purple, they're both Fae. This one could mana generate a little bit. Maybe, we'll see. Miss Mother could help. Could Fairy Fire, then you'll hit a little harder. Astralis. Chant. Maybe. Scaprio. No. Suna. No. Hmm. Hmm. Brown to green. Damage the last two with the summon. Oh, no. We're gonna have to use our hero. Maybe we go with King of Ravens because he's yellow, he's blue, he's different colors, he hits the last two as well, he explodes, mana gen, purple storm. What weapon then? Maybe Essence of Evil? Could do Yasmin's Pride and like boost like Liekki up, but then you don't have mana gen. Let's try it with Essence of Evil. Hopefully the King Oberon gives enough life that it will one-shot, and then we don't have to use our weapon for that. This goes in last slot. We want to cast first here. King of Ravens or Liekki? I think we put her first. Could make ourselves Fae if we want. Should be Hierophant or Frost Mage. Maybe we'll try Frost Mage. We don't need like a red storm. That'd be Hierophant. And banner. A lot of green and purple. Can we minus? We got green, purple, brown, yellow, blue, red. We can minus red. That's fine. I mean, we do need to cast them. We do need to cast them, though. Maybe we don't minus red then. Maybe we can minus King of Ravens colors. Yellow or blue. Any green, purple? Okay, we'll do blue. That's fine. So this is an all-Fae team, and we're taking advantage of Liekki's first option instead of its second option. So the first team we're taking advantage of... First team was an all-elemental team taking advantage of the second option of Liekki. This team is an all-Fae team taking advantage of the first option of Liekki. So when I say... you know, I always get... I don't know. It's a little bit better than I thought it was when we first started, but it's still not amazing. It's kind of still mid. But, you know, we'll see here. It's probably going to one-shot now, as long as we cast King Aberon first. We got a blue extra turn. It's why you use them. That's why you make teams. That's why you play. This is... Start to get an idea of how it actually is, and what it could be used for. Here we go. How much are we gonna hit for? 200 and... Okay, we gotta cast King Aberon first, though. I wanna boost it. There we go. But in doing that, this would enchant. Which would be nice to use. And it's making a stupid firestorm we don't really need. Like, I want to do it to boost the life, but I also want to take advantage of the enchant. But we can't if they're all fully charged. You want to get King Aberon up quicker. Maybe move him up higher in the team or something. Let's go ahead and cast him now, just to give him more life. Now we're doing... Okay. 350 something? That should be enough. One shot. Can do this. Blue. Here we go. Too bad. Growing on me a little bit. It's growing from a horrible mythic to a mid mythic. Growing on me a little bit. Maybe we gotta move King Aberon up though. So let's put him up here. And see if that's a little bit better. Because we need to cast him sooner, earlier. Take advantage of all the stuff he can do. Otherwise, he's just giving life, pretty much. Could help Liekki and King of Ravens get up even faster. We can also... He's 50% starting them, and then he's also going to enchant them once we cast them. Let's try it. EQ emulation! Linton says... Well, rip, Ironhawk is in the soulforge. I think Talk is better for me long term, though. Yeah, we knew that was going to happen, Linton, didn't we? I think I was thinking about you when I was talking about it earlier in the stream. I'm like, dang it, freaking, of course it's Ironhawk. Daniel says, Happy New Mythic Friday. Hopefully we get our first good one of the year. Yeah, I don't even know, like, as far as this year goes, how's it been? I think it's at a pretty mid. I started really low on it, though, and it's growing on me a little bit. It's got a slight green arrow up from... beginning of the stream at least. It's gonna settle in somewhere as like maybe a B tier at best though. Probably more like a C+, B-. I don't know. I mean, people out there might say get 2 of them or something. If we had 2 of them, the enemies would be dead a little bit quicker. But there's like Chrysanthrax I could cast 1 time and they're all dead. And Stellarix you could cast, loop back into itself, cast again, and they're probably all dead faster. Like, it's not like meta or the best thing in the game. Or we need King Aberon, so red and green. It's better than I thought it was, for sure. Of course, he like never gets up first, though. Strange. It's not strange, but... we don't cast him, then it won't one-shot. It's only doing 270. Enemies have over 300. I mean, I could cast this first, and then cast her. And they would be dead, but... I could do that. Maybe do this, and then this. Maybe we gotta do green-red banner. Let's try that this time. Green-red. Maybe even red-green. Excuse me. Alright. I think I'm showing you like the 2 best teams you could do with this thing if you did get it today. Alright. Come on. I want to take skulls. What do I want to take? I don't know. There we go. She's already up, though. She's already up. But let's cast it. That'll help King of Ravens get up, at least. Kill those 2. Let's do this. Oh, what happened? Oh, I pushed the wrong button. Gonna hit real hard now. See if let me try just like going quicker. All Fate team. Come on, man. Green into green. King Aberon. He's not up. What happened? Got hit by our own spirit gems. There she is. Dead. Get the red up there. Let's do this. Enchanted. She's only, let's see. Come on. That. That. This. You know. Just get the boss chest with this team. Then we'll talk about the vault event real quick. Get out of here. Vault event, we all know what a vault event is, right? Probably don't have to explain it too crazy. Should I make a video out of this? I might. Yeah, I already did. I did Tangle Bomb Rastrin, which I think is cool. Do triple skull damage versus entangled. We gotta boost its life first so it can one-shot. Or we could cast King of Ravens. You don't have to. King of Ravens would weaken them. But now we can use King of Ravens on these two. Definitely better than I thought on paper, but still not, like, amazing. Should you get 2 of them? If you're, like, an endgame player and you have tons of keys, maybe. Because you could use 2 instead of King of Ravens. I think King of Ravens kind of rounds out the team better, though. More mana gen, you got the Spirit Gems, you can drain their mana. Covers more colors. If you had 2 of the 2 Liekis, you'd have to wait on King Aberon, and then you'd have to wait on both Liekis before you could cast her. So you'd be waiting a minute to cast both Liekis. The enemies would definitely get some turns. And if it was like a really hard Guild Wars fight or something, it probably wouldn't work out the way you think it would. You'd be waiting on your King Aberon, and then you'd be casting it, and then you'd be waiting on both Liekis, because otherwise you're going to steal all the mana. First Lieki's going to steal all the mana from the second one, so you got to wait till they're both up. So I kind of like the King of the Ravens, because it's catching yellow and blue, and it's also a Fae, and it does other things. And it still hits, you know, the same enemies and everything. Got a goose egg so far today, but it's okay. It's first stream of the month. We just had the chatathon. I truly appreciate it. Thank you so much. Who do we get up first? We need to get up King Aberon. King Aberon, please. Liekki, but she's not gonna one-shot. Unless we make her one-shot by setting it up correctly. Red and green, red and green, red and green, red rum, red rum. Alright, now we got both of those, so it's like, we have 2 different ways to do this. We could do this. And they're dead. Or we could use King Aberon and boost her life up. Which now that's what we'll do. Then we just do this. And like King Aberon, I guess he's still there for the 50% start either way. I don't know, I kind of like this team as a Fae team. Get the boss chest. And we'll talk about the bot event, then I'll make my little video. New Mythic videos don't really get that many views, but I think I'm going to do it anyway. Let's do this as soon as possible. Okay, now we can one-shot. Do this. Do this again, I guess. She's so close. Okay. Couple more fights with it. Brown. Guess we'll take green. Okay, we got both of them, so we might as well. Probably do her first, because then King of Ravens will get some mana gen, you know? If you have both of them, you should probably just do this. Because then she can be getting mana back. She's got 15 mana already. And then do this. And now they're dead. It's growing on me, it's growing on me. It's like when I think about recommending whether or not to throw like all your keys for a new mythic, I always think more of like Tak Shaka and Ironhawk and Kafru and Zarg and stuff like that. I don't think of like Liekki's. But if you have a decent amount of keys, it's not horrible. But it's Elemental Fae. There's a lot of those. A lot of good ones of those. It's from Volpakia. Maybe that's a good thing. Green and red, green and red. Come on. There's green. Might as well, right? Hit the green, we're not frozen. Let's kill them. Let's do this. Get the yellow. Let's do this. Voice. Dare challenge me? You know. Copy. Get our tribute. Let's get this too. We'll paste it. Oh. There we go. So it's like based on the first option and second option enter spell. And kind of Fey or Elemental, really. First option's Fey, second option's Elemental. First option's her damage, and second option's her Entangle with the extra turn. Two different ways to use her, and two different typings, and she's from like a kingdom that doesn't have like too many awesome mythics, right? Like how many awesome mythics are from Volpakia? You got Stellarix, I can already think of one. Phoenix is pretty good. Stellarix is amazing. You got Foxfire King. Foxfire King does true damage to all enemies. Stellarix can do tons of damage and loop back into itself and then just do it again. Phoenix does true damage to all enemies and summons. Like, where's it gonna fall in with all these, you know? If you have Stellarix, you might not use it for Volpakia. Then Foxfire King Phoenix might get the job done slightly faster than like Liekki. Might be like third best in Volpakia. It's really like between these two, which one would you rather? This one does bless and enchant a random ally when match 4 or more gems. It does true damage to all enemies and summons. Then you got this one, no good traits. Spell is neat. And it can one-shot if you boost it. It's like an extra step though. I think it's like the third best mythic in Volpakia. Alright, then the Vault event. Y'all know how that works, right? Gnomes just appear more often. There's no leaderboard, there's no shop, there's nothing like that. Gnomes normally will appear even when you're just playing the game and it's not a Vault event, but it's like 1 in every 20 fights or something. Probably worse than that. It's probably 1 gnome every like 25 fights you do or something when it's just no Vault event. It's just a normal, you know, it's a battle crasher, so it does crash in. It has a chance to crash in every single fight, especially in Explorer and PvP. But when it's a vault event, they're super turned up. So you're going to see a gnome like 1 in every 4 fights instead of 1 in every 25 fights or something like that. And vault keys drop more often as well. So when you do kill a gnome, it has a higher chance of dropping a vault key. So that's what a vault event is. And then they will count how many gnomes you kill and give you pity keys based on that too. So right here, when we get 5, we see 5 gnomes, we're going to get a vault key sent to our mail. Then when we get 10 gnomes, we're going to get 1 vault key sent to our mail. Then when we get 0, you know, it goes to 0, but when you get 15, you get another vault key sent to your mail. So that's really the only way you can tell it's a vault event. First of all, they tell you on the game page, the event page, hey, it's a vault event. Second of all, you see this right here. You get pity keys sent to your mail. But that's the only way you can really even tell that it's a vault event. There's no shop. There's no leaderboard. It's not like a typical event. It's just that gnomes appear more often and they drop more vault keys than usual. But the way that this works, let's see, we got to find a kingdom. It's usually what I do first. I'm like, what kingdom am I going to hunt gnomes in? Like, I need a very specific kingdom because I'm doing a very specific amount of damage with Ironhawks. If you're not using Ironhawk, you don't have to worry about this as much, but for all of us using Ironhawk, we have to worry about, like, oh, what kingdom are we going to do? Because we stick in the same kingdom because we know that it's, you know, enemies have 20 HP or less or whatever, and we're not going to run into any problems, and we're going to be able to, like, boom, 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 kill a bunch of enemies as fast as possible. Usually it's Cinema Mirage or Wild Plains. Sometimes you do have to do other kingdoms, but a lot of the time, one of these two will work. You have to check what has extra stats this week, because it's like a thin line on whether or not you're going to clear all enemies in one shot or not with the Ironhawks. So when troops have extra stats, like Mist of Scales has extra stats, Naga have extra stats, that's probably not going to mess with us too bad. Most Naga are in Mist of Scales, so you would not want to be in Mist of Scales for your vault event. But does Cinema Mirage have Naga? You can check that by going to your collection and just go to, let's clear filter. Let's look at Cinema Mirage. And then we'll see, are there any Naga? And there's one, there's Demon Naga, so it's not too bad. If there's only one, of course it'd be nice if there was 0. But 1 isn't too bad, especially in a kingdom where we already know this, like, vault events are good to do in. But there's only 1 Naga. Cinema Mirage is probably pretty good. Let's check Wild Plains, though. You don't have to go to the kingdom. You can just go to your collection, and then we'll just change the kingdom to Wild Plains. There's 0 Naga in Wild Plains, so even better. So I'm probably going to stay in Wild Plains and do Explore 1. Let's get out of retreat. Okay. Oops. Now let's go to 1. So we're doing Explore 1 because our main goal is to kill as many enemies as quickly as possible. We don't care about the loot or how hard the enemies are, and we just want to kill them as fast as possible so we can see the most gnomes. The more enemies you kill, the more chances you have at seeing gnomes. The more gnomes you see, the more chances you have at getting vault keys. The more gnomes you see, the more chances you have at getting verses. The more verse gnomes you see, the more chances you have at getting the actual color you need to run a gap. Let's paste our team. Make sure I got this right. Second. First, okay. So no turns for you as the team. There it is. Okay. Just clear filter. So this would be my gap team. So I have the 4 different colored verses. I go to the soulforge. I craft a Gnomapalooza. I get all gnomes for 15 minutes. That's what you're trying to do. Like this whole weekend, you're trying to do that. Sometimes you're looking for verses. Sometimes you're running gaps. I like to go back and forth. So I'm doing something different every 15 minutes instead of like only hunting verses or only. If you have a bunch of gaps though, I'd recommend only running gaps because it's hard. Like once you get a certain amount, how are you ever going to open all those when they're 15 minutes each? Like you should run them because that's like the whole point. But let's see, where are we at? So I base this on how many myth stones do I have as to what I should be doing. Plus, like, how many gaps do I have? Do I have 0 gaps? Then I definitely need to hunt verses. Do I have 10 gaps? Then I probably should be running gaps. But also myth stones. If you have closer to 0 myth stones, that's a good time to run a gap. If you have closer to 100 myth stones, it's a good time to just hunt verses until you get the boss chest. You don't really want to be running into boss chests while you're running a gap because it just wastes time of your gap to see all the extra animations and potentially get a mimic, and you fight harder enemies when you're doing a boss chest and they might survive when they wouldn't have otherwise. Like, it's just a whole thing you don't want to deal with while you're doing a gap. So try to start your gaps as close to 0 out of 100 miststones as possible. That way you don't have to deal with all that. But let's look at our gaps. How many do I have? Anita with the gifted, thank you so much. Appreciate you. You're a freaking legend. Running out there, making sure it's not a goose egg today. Nobody likes goose eggs. They don't taste very good. Don't taste very good. Nobody wants a goose egg. I never tried one though, so I don't know how they taste, but... Alright, your gnome section. I did not open all my vault keys like a bad boy. But I do have 9 gaps like a decent boy. I wish I would have used a lot of those last vault event. But it's okay. At least it's not like 50 gaps. If I had 50 gaps, I'd just run gaps all weekend this weekend. I wouldn't even hunt verses. Alright, so let's run a gap first. We do have gaps. We're close to 0 out of 100 on our miststones. So let's run one. Let's show how that works. Alright, you craft them here. So you need a blue, a green, a red, and a brown, whatever they're called, page, verse. Need one of each color to craft Gnomapalooza. Then you get all gnomes for 15 minutes. And that's like the main goal of this event. You want to get gaps, run gaps. So we're going to run one. We're going to set a timer for 15 minutes. And then you want to do that because... then if you see a Dragonite gnome in the last minute or so, you can let it live until the gap's over, and then you get the full drop instead of the throttled drop that you get during a Gnomapalooza. They only give you like 10% of your loot during a Gnomapalooza, because the main goal is to get vault keys anyway, and those aren't throttled, but they don't want you getting like tons of souls and gold and glory and all that stuff. So they throttle it during the gap, but the main goal is getting vault keys, so who cares? But if you see a Dragonite gnome in the last minute, you could let it live until the gap runs out, and then kill it, and you'll get the full drop instead of the throttled drop. So if you still need Dragonite, that's a good strat. So make sure you put a timer somewhere. So I'm going to put one on my laptop. Just type clock in the search bar. Put 15 minutes. And then I start it, and then I hit the gap. That way I know, okay, it ran out. I need to, this is like my last fight. Then hurry up, go, and I should already have my team ready. Which I do, so it's fine. Now we're going to get all gnomes for 15 minutes, so lots of vault keys. Watch how fast this is. The game would not lag so much. How quickly we're killing enemies. Enemies don't even get a turn. We're ready to go. We don't have to get mana. We don't have to get mana. We don't have to move gems. There's no explosion on the board. The enemies don't get turned. It's as fast as it gets. Yeah, Wild Plains is the way to go. There's no Naga. And it's not... I'm hitting X, and it's not going. But we're trying Wild Plains right now, so I'm testing it. But I think Wild Plains is the place to be this weekend. So you know me, I don't recommend like doing pets during the vault event. If you have like one special pet that you've been looking for, I don't care if you go get one or two, but don't go get your like third copy of a certain pet, Don't make your whole vault event about pets. That's a big mistake that beginners and mid-game players can make, Especially these days with the way Kingdom Prestige works, like pets are less important than they were even previously. And I'm hitting X, y'all, and it's just sticking on that screen. Servers have degraded performance right now. The worst time that can happen during a vault event. 2 loading bars on PS5, that's crazy. I'm preloading inputs, which is kind of like a high level strat. If you have a controller, I have all the inputs in for the Sister Superior before the fight even starts, so she pops up as soon as possible, and then I let go of the buttons instead of pressing the buttons, which is faster. I do still have to press the Dust Devil, though, but it's better than pushing both. Slightly faster to holding in L1 and X. That's why she's on X instead of up higher in the team. You can't just always just copy everything someone else is doing on that you see them doing. Like if they're on PC Mobile, they might have Sister Superior up higher because they use a mouse, which is different than a controller. A controller, you want to have her in last slot because that's your confirm button. It makes it easier and faster to have her in last slot. You can still take yellow, brown, green if you run into trouble. If you need to like kill an enemy that survives, it's still, you know, if you're on PC Mobile, yeah, put Sister Superior up higher in the team so you can, like right here, this Dragonite Gnome's gonna survive. But it's like, yay, we got a Dragonite Gnome, so who cares? He's dead pretty quick anyway. But I would not just like, you know, I'm gonna keep going because we're so early in this Gnomapalooza. I'm not gonna let him survive or anything. Don't worry about extra turns with this team. Just do your spells, win your fight, get on to the next one. Sister Superior is better than Greed because Greed makes a big, like a little explosion on the board that makes everything take longer. This team's better than like Cafru's with Atlanta because Cafru's do an explosion every single fight, which adds up and takes lots of time that Ironhawks don't take. It's good to stay in like the same kingdom, especially if you're using Ironhawks. Like we know this works. We're an in-game player with Ironhawks. We don't need trait stones or class experience. But if you're not using Ironhawks, feel free to like go to different kingdoms if you need different trait stones or whatever. So you're not doing like a very specific amount of damage. That's usually what I recommend, Ironhawk or Rowan. If you don't have Ironhawks, use Rowan. That way you can do other things while you're hunting vault keys. You're still going really fast. You're not slowing yourself down, but while you're not slowing yourself down, you're also getting class experience, class weapons, trait stones. If you have Ironhawks, freaking use them. If you don't have Ironhawks, use Rowan. There's other teams in between, but I feel like all in or all out. If you don't have Ironhawks, you probably still need class experience, class weapons, trait stones. Just use that Rowan. Rowan can clear anything in one shot on Explore 1 in any kingdom. No matter which trait stone you need, no matter what class you're using. Rowan doesn't really need your hero to do mana generation. You got Leprechaun and Mirage Queen. It's like the simplest way to make, yeah. Keep it simple. Don't fix what isn't broken. Type stuff. People try to be reinventing the wheel all the time on this, but to me it's simple. It's Ironhawk or Rowan. If you're using Ironhawk, you stay in the same kingdom the whole time. If you're using Rowan, you're leveling classes, you're getting class weapons, you're getting trait stones. And, you know, she's the best for all that. But yeah, the main goal is to get vault keys, epic vault keys especially. Epic vault keys, you get about 1 per every 10 vault keys you get. And they're like 3 times as good as a vault key when you open them. Another thing is to don't open your vault keys during the vault event, because there's no benefit of that. It's just wasting your time. You could be getting more vault keys. If you open vault keys on Monday, you still get the same loot as if you had opened them now. So why would you waste time opening them when you could get more instead? The only caveat to that is like, oh, there's Ironhawk in the soulforge right now, and I only need this many diamonds, so I'm going to open the vault keys that I'm getting so I can try to get those diamonds before Ironhawk is gone on Monday. But you'd have to be really close. And I'd still like to, you know, do the vault event normally for Friday and Saturday, and then maybe open some Sunday night. In that case. We got 7 minutes, 30 seconds on the clock, so we're halfway through. If the game wasn't lagging so hard, I could get up to like 40 vault keys from this. A normal, like, person with Roans might only get like 15 vault keys from this, 15 to 20. If you got Ironhawks, you should probably get at least 20 to 25 per gap. But on your first gap, you get more pity keys, so there's potential to get up to like 40. You can tell how good you're doing on this based on like how many myth stones you get, kinda. The more you get, the better you did. And then vault keys, of course, but vault keys are random, so even if you are crushing it, like, you could just get unlucky. The gnomes don't drop the vault keys, so. But myth stones now, is that still like something good to judge off? I don't know, because of all the kingdom prestige. I don't know if it's any different now. Like, when we were doing Explore 12, we had over 100 myth stones, like, all the time. This is your main goal. This is what you want to be doing as much as possible this weekend. This right here. This exact thing. The all gnomes, the gap. And if you don't have gaps, you got to go get the verses. And to get the verses, you do the same thing. It's just like a slightly different team. We're going to use 3 Ironhawks instead of 2. If you don't have 3, though, you can still use 2. This is still really fast. It's just the 3 is slightly better for that. Look at this, man. X. Just freezes on that screen. I still think vault keys are really good. I still think vault events are really good. Some people like to complain and say that they're whatever, they suck now. Or you saw me get 900 gems the other day out of an epic vault key. You saw me get 300 gems just the other day out of a regular vault key, and I didn't even open that many. I had like 6 epics, and we opened like 10 vault keys, and I got a 900 gem drop and a 300 gem drop. So they're still just as good to me. I think it's like confirmation bias or something. The other way around, or whatever the opposite of that is, for the people saying it's not as good anymore. They haven't changed anything. The only thing that's really changing is the tarot card drop tables getting more bloated, so it's kind of harder to get the lovers. I will agree with that. But like, as far as getting gems and gold and orbs and stuff, it's still the same. It's still just as good. I haven't had any trouble getting gems or orbs or anything out of vault keys. You just got to get a bunch. You can't get 100 vault keys and expect to get a 900 gem drop. You're only going to get like 10 epics if you get 100 vault keys. You got to get like 500 vault keys, and then if you open all those and get nothing, okay. But you can't open 50 vault keys and complain that you didn't get like the best drop or you got a bunch of shitty drops. That's not enough. Like, even a beginner can get like 100 at least. I think on my new account playthrough, we were hitting like 150, and we weren't even like that deep in. Still getting at least 150 vault keys during a vault event with Rowan. I wasn't even going that hard. Like, this is an event where if you can, you want to play it for like hours and hours and hours and hours. Like, I always tell people, like, at least 3 hours a day spend on this. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You have to get up early and stay up late just to do an extra hour or two. It's totally worth it. If you have to mow the grass or pull the weeds or take out the trash or vacuum or do laundry on Thursday or Wednesday or Tuesday so you can play more on the weekend, like, it's worth it. The best time in the game to be playing. right now. Gems of War. The best fight in the game that you can do is a vault key. At any time. Or epic vault key for real, but the way to get epic vault keys is to get a bunch of freaking vault keys, so. If you're ever like sitting there, if you're ever opening an epic vault key, you're not doing anything wrong, because that's like the best fight in the game, the best loot. Like, oh, I should be doing this, but instead I'm opening an epic vault key. Well, you're doing like you're in the best spot doing the best thing, so I can't argue with that. You could open them whenever, though. You don't have to do it. We got a Dragonite Gnome, but we got 2 minutes, 30 seconds. I'm not that strapped for Dragonite, so I'm going to go ahead and continue to get vault keys here. Instead of pausing and waiting until it ends. If he was in the last minute, I would have got 40 from that one instead of 4. If I see another one, I might do it, because I do still need Pandemonia. I haven't been really... I'm not buying Dragonite, I'm not like... I haven't even been doing my dungeon every day, like... I already got Sinister Reaper, and that was the main prize. I got Byzinium, Sinister Reaper. Pandemonia is not like a Chrysantherax or Stellarix. If it was, then I would be more inclined to buy Dragonite and get there quicker. As it stands, I'm just letting it come to me when it comes to me. Alright, we got a minute 28, so right about now I would start thinking about letting a Dragonite Gnome survive until the music ends, till the gap is over. Just depends how desperate you are for Dragonite. You're passing on Vault Keys, though, if you do that. Because in like a minute, you could do 10 fights, you know? The server wasn't degraded. So every minute you can do like 10 fights. You don't want to pass on all those chances to get vault keys. So it's like a slippery slope, or a whatever you want to say, as to win. And it's different for everybody. For me, to waste some of my gap to let a Dragonite Gnome survive, it's got to be in the last minute. So we got like 4 more chances here to see one, probably. I got 30 seconds. Got about 4 more fights left, maybe 5. Depending on how slow the game is. Got 15 seconds. The game is really slow. I should have got 4 or 5 fights out of that. Only gonna get like 3. Might be our last fight right here. Oh, let's go! See, that's perfect. My timer's going off right now. Isn't that amazing? Like, I'd be talking about stuff on stream, and then it just happens on stream, like, every single time. Like, oh, you can get 900 gems out of Vault Keys. Boom, 900 gems. Oh, you could get 300 out of the regular Vault. Boom, 300 gems. Oh, let's see if I can get this, you know, speedrun.com world. Boom, got it. Happens all the time, man. I don't know if that's just, like, something out there, just, you know? Listen to this guy, he knows what he's talking about. It's just like, you know? But Dragonite Gnome in the last fight. That's sick. That's, like, perfect. So now, the gap's over. The music's still playing, though, because we didn't, like, we got to make a move before the... Usually. Sometimes it... This is where it likes to put pie in my face. Like, I'm going to do the Sister Superior, and the music's not going to change. But it should. You hear that? It's not the Gnomapalooza music now. So you're safe to kill the Dragonite Gnome, and you'll get the full drop. So instead of getting 4 or 5 or 8 or 7 or 1 or 2, I'm going to get 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, up to 100. So watch this one be like a 10 instead of a 40, but... Now we got to kill it, too. We got to kill it, too. Brown, yellow, green. Don't let it run away after all that. 60! Nice! See, that would have been 6 if I didn't sit there and wait. If I had just killed it real fast and the gap was still going. And I didn't waste any time. I mean, I wasted my own time, and I wasted time that I could be going and doing, like, going after verses and running another gap and stuff. I did waste time, technically, but I didn't waste any of my gap. So I got 60 Dragonite without wasting any of my gap. 10,000 souls, that would have probably been like 1,000. 1,000 glory, that would have been 100. It's just how it kind of works. But the only thing is, the vault keys aren't throttled. You're not gonna... If you're gonna get a vault key, you're gonna get a vault key. 60 Dragonite, I got 90 Miststones. I feel like the Kingdom Prestige shit is making that higher. Which is almost a nerf to the Vault event. That was close. If it got to 100, then that's a nerf to the Vault event right there. It is like it is anyway. How much extra Miststones we're getting from all the Kingdom Prestige and whatnot. It's a slight nerf to the Vault event, because you're going to get to boss chests faster. It's going to make your gaps a little bit slower. You're going to have to see more bosses and mimics and animations that you wouldn't have had to seen like before Kingdom Prestige stuff. But it's still like, okay, it's only 90 out of 100. We didn't have to see one, but it's close. Like, normally I would get 70 max, 70 something. We got 90 Miststones that time. We started at 5, so we got 85 Miststones that time. Normally, we would only get like 70 max. So we got like a 20 extra Miststones, which is button up against almost hitting a boss chest there. But luckily, it's not there yet. We're still just under a boss chest, so that's nice. Alright, let's see how many vault keys I got. I think I started with 90, right? Let's go grab our pities. How many pities did we get? One. Ooh, we got 10. You can tell by how many messages I got. So 10 is like the best. I think 10's the most you can get from pity keys on your first gap. And then how many total? So we had 90. So we got 36. 36 vault keys off of, or no. Yeah. 36. Should just trust my math. So 36 vault keys off of one gap is pretty good. For 15 minutes of your time. Now it's going to go down as your pity keys get harder. It's diminishing returns on your pity keys. Eventually you're just going to get 1 pity key per gap or 2 pity keys per gap. So we should minus like 8 from that. So, you know, I got like 28 vault keys from that gap, which is about what I said. If you're using Iron Hawks, you should get somewhere between 20 and 30 vault keys per gap. If you're using Rowan, you should get something between like 15 and 22 or 25 per gap. So now I'll just show like how you would hunt versus. So it's the same place, almost the same team. I would copy this team so I can later paste it back in without having to go look for Sister Superior and everything. I'll go get another Iron Hawk here. That's why I have 3 for this right here. Plug it in where Sister Superior is. And now we're hunting versus, which I don't really need to do. I would just do it. I'd just do this till the boss chest, and then I'd go back to hunting gaps at this moment. But eventually I'm going to get to where I only have 2 gaps, 3 gaps, and I might hunt like an entire boss chest's worth of time, you know, a verse. But this is how you hunt verses right here. Doesn't get any faster than this. We're casting 1 spell. They're all dying. 1 shot. That's what you want to do. That's the fastest way to get verses. So right now I don't even know what color I need, because I have like 8 gaps. But I would definitely at least do this to the boss chest. That way we don't have to deal with the boss chest during our gap. But if I needed verses, and I had low, like 2 gaps, 1 gap, 0 gaps, I'd run just an entire boss chest of this. So I'd do this until we get to the boss chest, then I would do it again all the way to the boss chest. If I actually needed verses right now. Which I will by like Sunday or Saturday. This is the fastest way to see gnomes. And the more gnomes you see, the more chance you have at a verse gnome. The more verse gnomes you see, the more chance you have at the one you actually need. There's no reason to make it harder or take longer or any of that. Just do this. Right here, they might survive because that's the that's the mini boss. That happens. We need brown or yellow. Come on, or skulls. There they are, skulls. They're dead. There's the boss chest. Another good thing about hunting verses is you'll get a lot of merchant offers. You get some angels. Kind of know what you're going to do before you get the merchant, though. Like, know what you're going to buy, what you're not going to buy. That way you're not, like, taking minutes to decide. You don't want to waste your time doing that, because that's less verses, less gnomes, less chances the more time you spend looking at your merchant offer. So, just if it's a demon or genie, just get out of there. Cancel out of it. If it's a merchant or angel, try to decide quickly and kind of know. Before you go to the board to order, like, know what you want. You're going to McDonald's, there's hamburgers, there's fries, there's chicken. You should know what you want before you get to the board. Don't be that person that takes 5 minutes when it's your turn to order at the merchant. But now that I have 0 out of 100, I would just run another gap. So I would paste back in my other team. And then I would go to the soulforge, craft a gap. I'd have 15 minutes. Same thing again. That's the cycle. If I didn't have a gap, I would run an entire boss chest of that 3 Ironhawk team, just regular Explorer. If you have Rowan, it's kind of the same thing, except for you're leveling a class, you're getting class weapons, you're farming trait stones probably, but it's still like do Explorer 1 until you find 4 of the verse, then run a gap. Still the same with the mist stones. But you might be in different kingdoms with Rowan and leveling classes and getting class weapons and farming trait stones while you do it. But Ironhawk, you stay in the same spot. You don't move around. You don't do anything else, really. It just gets kind of boring, actually. You just run a gap, hunt versus. Run a gap, hunt versus. Run a gap, hunt versus. Same place, same team, same enemies. Boom, 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 boom. Best way to go about it. If you want a lot of vault keys, if you want a lot of verses, that's the best way to go. But pet pops up. If you have one in the back of your head, oh my gosh, I want this one so bad. If it pops up, okay, if you have 0 of it, I guess. I don't love it. I think it's like getting out of the money machine to pick up a dime on the floor. But, remember, like, pets aren't blocking you as bad as they used to. And Kingdom, it's even worse now to do that. You have 3 different avenues, actually 4. It used to be like the pet thing would block you from doing anything. You couldn't do any of these 3 unless you get the pet. Now you could continue going in, 1 and 3 all you want. And you could continue doing crystals and rainbow crystals. So there's 4 different avenues now. It's even worse to stop and do pets during vault events. But that is pretty much everything. Unless you all have questions, let me read the chat. Sorry, it's hard to read it during a gap, and then I forgot to check it after the gap. So the Mythic was a little better than I thought. EQ emulation, beg for mercy. 1 copy Mythic. The way it was looking, I think, unless you have a ton of keys, man. Unless you have like a ton of keys, 2 might be okay. If you have a ton of keys, if you're an in-game player with a ton of keys, I don't think 2. You might do 2 because of the way it works, It hits the last 2 enemies. You can boost its life. It can one-shot. So if you had 2 of them, you could do that twice and kill all the enemies, right? But also, they use the same mana color. You have to get them both up before you cast the first one. Like, you still have to boost both of their lives, But King Aberon can do that. I don't hate getting 2. I just don't. I think it's a very, very small amount of people that should do it. I'm probably not even going to do it. So let's say, you got Stellarix, you got Phoenix, you got the other guy from the Underworld. Like, It's not even the best in its own kingdom. It's an elemental Fae. Is it going to be the best elemental or Fae? Like, I made a Fae team and I made an elemental team, and they're both kind of neat. And the fact that you can one-shot with it if you boost its life a little bit is cool, but it's still only 2 enemies that you're killing. And you still have to do something first before you can cast it. It's not like you just get it up, cast it, and it one-shots. You have to get 2 things. You have to get 3 things up for it to one-shot. And then you'd have to get 4 things up for it to clear all the enemies out. And then stuff like Chrysantherax, Stellarix, still better, obviously. But those are the best things in the game. So, you know, I started really low on this new Mythic, and it's grew on me to a point where it's not useless. Its spell is good, but I don't know if I'm ever gonna like use it. But it's not bad. It's like at least mid. But I don't think it's like a Takshaka or an Iron Hawk or a High King Iron Gut or a Kafru or a Zarg or any of that. It's not A tier, it's not S tier. I don't think it's ever going to get to A or S tier no matter what anybody does with it. So still, like, at max, it's killing 2 enemies, not 4. And that's at its best. At its best, it's going to kill 2 enemies in one shot. And then you either got to get it all the way back up, or you got to fill 2 of them before you cast 1 of them, which is... yeah, an extra step. When Chrysantherax can one-shot Explore 12, stuff like this isn't as impressive, but it's still not as bad as I thought it was when we first started, kind of. So it grew from like but it went from below average to like mid in this stream for me. So it might be above average at best. But we found some uses for it. You could use it with Tangle Bomb. You could use it with, you know, you could boost its life in one shot 2 enemies. Like, it doesn't do nothing. I don't know if that helped you, Beg. If you have a ton of keys, get 2 of them, I guess. But most people should probably just get 1, because you could just do King of Ravens, or you could just cast it twice. Soulforge refresh? Yeah, I knew that was going to hurt you. Beg says, Wand, Chrysantherax, Leprechaun, new troop. New best troop ever, yep. That's probably a video out there right now, just kidding. Wild Plains, baby. There you go. Honor Sir Bella got the Takshakas. Nice, congrats. What is the best bar num? Assume all unlocked Explore 12 auto battle. I have my Steam Deck while at work. I don't know what the best auto battle team would be. I always do one that I know won't lose, because, like, you still have to push the button no matter what. It, like, doesn't matter whether... Like, auto battle teams, you don't need, like, the fastest team in the game. You kind of just want a team that you know is going to win every single time. I usually do the... I have, like, this Flaming Oni team I do. I don't even know if I still have it saved. I'm not saying it's, like, the best team, but... Yeah, I don't think I have it saved anymore, but just, it was like, you know, King Gobtruffle. I think it was, Fundingus, like, Norbert's Turnip, like, King Gobtruffle, Flaming Oni or something. Like, it's for auto battle, I feel you want a team that's going to win every single time no matter what. You don't want to ever lose and waste your time. Because what's the point of having, like, a really fast auto battle team? You're just going to be running back to the controller quicker. You know? I guess if you're right there with it. But then you could just push the buttons. Like, I could push Chrysantherax. I could one-shot with Chrysantherax, pushing just as many buttons as you push to auto battle. So, if you're doing auto battle, it might as well just be a team that you 100% know is going to win. Like, some sort of Goblin team or something like that. I don't think I still have mine saved, but it was some sort of, like, Flaming Oni. Oh, here, fully auto. Here it is. Exactly what... King... Fundingus, King Gobtruffle, Gobsticker, Flaming Oni. Like I said, it wouldn't be the fastest thing you've ever done, but it would win every single time, and I feel like that's what you need for auto. Because if you're able to push the buttons right away as soon as the fight's over, then what's the point of doing auto battle? You might as well just play. You might as well just do Chrysantherax in one shot, or Tesla and two shot or something. But this is what I was doing. I don't auto battle as much as I should. But I think it's smart when people do it. Like, if you auto battle, then you go do something, you come back, you auto battle, you go do something, you come back, you auto battle, you go do something. If you're sitting right next to your console or your computer, you might as well just play. But if you have to get up and you want to just get some fights done while you're doing other things, like dad camping it, mom camping it, dad camping it, then something like this where you know like 100% chance it's going to win, it's never going to lose. That way you're not wasting your time when you walk away, and you come back, it's always a victory. It's like I said, who cares how long it takes? If you're sitting there, if it's still going when you come back, then you might as well just play. You know? Missing the lovers? Oh no, yeah, it's just getting harder to get. Don't forget the like button, yeah. Yeah, keep sending them jewels. I think it does help now that I've looked into it a little bit. I need to look into it more, though, because I still don't know if they're actually giving me them. You know what I mean? Like, I see what they do now. I know what they do. It's kind of like bits. But yeah, let me make a video real quick. I guess I'm going to do a video. Let's see. So we got to talk about the soulforge, the vault event real quick. Everybody knows the vault event, though, you know? How many people are going to click on a vault event video that absolutely have no idea how to do the vault event? You know what I mean? Like, you guys probably just want to know what location that I'm doing it in. But, yeah. Let's make a video real quick, y'all. Should I show fights, like, of the Liekki team? Where should we fight at? Let's just do Stormheim. I don't know. I just want to get it ready. Let's do this one first. This one seemed like the better one. All Fey one. We do one fight, so it's ready to go. We'll do Soulforge, then Liekki, then Vault Event. King Aberon. Got a big old purple. Let's do King Aberon. One shot. Probably shouldn't have done that. He was gonna get up either way. King of Ravens. Big old red. Probably, let's do this, I guess. And this. And now she's up. And they're dead. Not bad, like I said. I think it's the better half of Mythics. Freezing. Alright. And today we have a new Mythic troop, Liekki, so I'm going to show you a couple of teams for that. We're going to go over the Soulforge rotation, which for some of y'all might be heartbreaking. Of course, something's there, you know what I mean? And then we'll go over the Vault quickly. Most of y'all know what you're doing with the Vault event, but I'll go over it pretty quickly here in this one. So let's start with the Soulforge. It's easy to go over quickly. So it rotated. Takshaka is out of there. And guess who is in there now, though? Of course you spent all your diamonds on Takshaka, and you did nothing wrong, but look, Ironhawk pops up. Of course it does. So hopefully you have some diamonds to get Ironhawk. Ironhawk is the best troop in the game. It's my highest recommendation. S+++. Fastest way to get resources in the game, you know, and what's more important than that? Because that can help you get everything else in the game. But yeah, super recommended if you can get 1, if you can get 2, and then 3. You might want to say something in the comments and I'll let you know if you should get 3. But 3 is the ultimate goal. Once you get 2, you can start doing Ironhawk business. So try to do that. But even 1 is great to get because you're investing in your future. Now you don't have to get another one. Yeah, now you don't have to get 2. You just have to get 1. But it's 25 blue, yellow, brown, Adana, Construct, Mech. Create 12 Doom Skulls and explode 28 gems. The main thing it does, though, is this third trait, Artillery Support. Deal 5 damage to all enemies when an ally casts a spell. So you make a very specific team that has multiple Ironhawks, and then you're doing a very specific amount of damage to wipe out Explorer 1 the fastest possible that's ever going to be possible. So it clears enemies the fastest, which helps with the Vault event, because then you get more Vault keys, you get more verses, It's the best troop in the game, just for your account in general. Ironhawk, you want 2, but 3 is the ultimate goal. And 1 is still good. I think you should get 1 if you can get 1. And if you only have enough for 1, still do it. My highest recommendation, Ironhawk. I'm using it right now for the Vault event, and I've been using it for a long time. Megavore was number 2 in this Soulforge rotation. Borderline top 20, probably outside of the top 20 these days, but still a pretty good Mythic. 24 blue, red, brown, Blackhawk, Merfolk monster. Eliminates all armor from all enemies. Deal damage to an enemy and submerge myself. 8% chance to kill the last enemy on 4 or 5 gym match. That's the main thing people use it for. I mean, this spell is still pretty good, but the main thing people use it for is that death below. They'll do like infinite loop, and then they have a bunch of chances at that instant kill with the Megavore, like a Psycho Mega Missy team or something like that. Pretty good A tier Mythic there, A minus maybe. Number 3 was Vernalis. I think it's pretty middle of the pack. An extra thing you shouldn't have to do in a fight type of deal. 20 blue, green, purple, Bright Forest, Divine Fae. Give attack to the first 2 allies. Give life to the 2 weakest allies. And give 10 magic to the 2 strongest allies. Entangle and Fairy Fire a random enemy matching green gems. It's like an extra step I never want to do in a fight. Aguara, I think, is the worst here. Below average type of Mythic. 22 blue, yellow, purple, Valpakia, Wargear Fae. Choose one, give 8 mana to all allies and bury them. Or give 40 to all skills on all other allies. Could be used with the new troop, I guess, but I prefer King Aberon for that. I don't like Aguara. I think it's an extra step you don't need in fights, pretty much. So yeah, Ironhawk's the best. It's going to be the best no matter what else was in here, right? Megavore's second, and those are the only 2 you should really look at. As far as legendaries go, I wouldn't craft these, but just for fun, putting them in order here. The Great Maw was the best, so 24 yellow-brown Drifting Sands monster, devour an enemy, create 8 yellow and 8 brown gems, 1 cast only. But you can devour, it's a 100% chance, no matter how tough the enemies are, you absorb all their stats. It could be in first slot, be a mega tank for you after that devour. I like it when you, before you get like High King Irongut, Pycea, it's a really good devourer for like mid-game or early game. Number 2 was the Dragonstone Guardian. I use it sometimes for like my mid teams. It's usually not the best thing available, but if you're missing some of the better dragons or constructs, you might use it. Hellcrag maybe, I don't know. But 17 yellow-brown Hellcrag Dragon construct, deal damage to all enemies, create a mix of 5 good and evil gargoyle gems. It's got a 35% chance to give Reflect to a random ally when my turn begins and a 50% scar reduction. It's a good, solid legendary. We have Umberwolf, who has a purple storm that just goes and goes and goes and goes and goes. And it's not bad either. Deals damage to the first 2 enemies, place Hunter's Mark and Death Mark on them, then transform into a Nosferatu. It's an oldie but a goodie. These days I don't use it too much, but it does have something nothing else in the game has, which is a Dark Storm at the start of every turn. Glitterclaw was last. 14 blue, green, Bright Forest, Fey Dragon. Deal damage to a random enemy. Transform all blue gems to green to boost the effect. Fairy Fire all enemies. Gain enchant when matching red. It's not bad, it's just the worst one here in the Soulforge rotation. So get Ironhawk if you don't have it. If you already have 3 Ironhawks, Megavore would be decent, but it's not a top 20. The new Mythic. So let's check that out. We'll do some fights. I'll show you 2 teams. It does 2 different things. It has a spell where you get to choose. It has like an or thing. Like a choose this or choose that. It has no good traits though. When I first saw it, I thought it was Dookie. It's kind of growing on me a little bit. So here it is. It's 24 green, purple, brown, Valpakia, Elemental Fae. It's choose one. Deal 90 damage to the last 2 enemies boosted by my life. Or entangle all enemies, then heal myself back to full and gain an extra turn. So I made 2 different teams. One team is a Fae team, taking, like, it's all Fae, and it's based on the first option. And then the second team is all Elemental, and it's based on the second option. No good traits, though, on this thing. You can one-shot the last 2 enemies if you boost its life a little bit. And then the second option you could use to entangle all the enemies and then use other troops that, like Tangle Bomb that hits for triple on entangled or something like that. So those are the 2 ways to use it. Here is the All Fae team, which I kind of like a little bit better than the other one. I got Essence of Evil, King Aberon, Liekki, and King of Ravens. So we're going to make it one-shot the last 2 enemies. King of Raven also hits the last 2 enemies, and they're all Fey, and King Aberon can boost life and enchant. So it's a nice synergetic Fey team. So let's show it in action at least once here. You gotta cast King Aberon before you cast her. Or, I mean, there's different ways to use this team. It works multiple different ways. You could cast King of Ravens and then Liekki and the enemy should be dead. Or you can cast King Aberon and then Liekki will one-shot, and then you can use King of Ravens to hit the other enemies and mana generate. But, just depends how the fight goes, I guess. We'll take some red for King Aberon. We'll get him up. He's going to enchant and give life to Liekki, and once he does that, she'll be able to one-shot. But before you do that, she can't one-shot. Now she can one-shot. So we want to get her up now. Should probably take green, unless there's like an extra turn. Get Essence of Evil. That'll get up Liekki. And she should one-shot off of that, just that little bit of extra life that we gave her via King Aberon. Boom, one-shot the last 2 enemies. We can do King of Ravens now, which also mana generates while it's weakening the first 2 there. I don't know. Let's just do this. And they should be dead. Pretty close. And they're dead. It's not the fastest fight I've ever seen with that team, but it's kind of how it works. Let's do one more. Didn't go perfectly. You did get to see her one-shot, but I want to show, like, kill the last 2, then kill the first 2. Brown extra turn. We want green or red here. Green or red, green or red. Got Essence of Evil. Let's cast it. Got Liekki. So you could do King of Ravens and then finish them with Liekki, or you could do King Aberon and then just one-shot with Liekki. Can't really decide what I want to do, because this does enchant. So let's show the one-shot. Boom. Now we got King of Ravens for this. Now this is up. And see how it's, it's not the fastest thing ever, but it works. And they're dead. It's just cool how she can one-shot, I guess, the last 2 enemies if you boost her up just a little bit. I wonder if it would work with the Yasmin. I don't know. If it would work with the Yasmin, then you wouldn't need to cast the King Aberon. I should have tested that. But yeah, we got Essence of Evil, King Aberon, Liekki, King of Ravens. We got Frost Mage. That way we're all Fey. I got a double red, green, minus yellow. I just felt like I needed to get King Aberon up so I could give life to Liekki. King Aberon's 50% starting the whole team. King of Ravens hits the same slots as Liekki and also mana generates. So it's a nice energetic Fey team. It's all Fey. You could also do Hierophant if you want, if you don't want to do Frost Mage. Alright, let's show the other team. Here's the team code for this one. Should you get 2 Liekkis? I think you could like put a Liekki here on this team, but then you'd have to get them both up. Otherwise, there's no point in using, like, before you cast the first one, you'd have to get the second one up too, or else there's no point. But I like the King of the Ravens because it uses different colors. It still hits the same slots and can mana generate and all that. So only if you're a very in-game player with like a mountain of keys should you get 2 Liekkis, I guess. It's not horrible, but most people probably shouldn't do it. I'll show the other one. So this one's taking advantage of Liekki entangling and getting an extra turn. It's Tannenbaum. The Tannenbaum, Wand, Liekki, the Mirage Queen. And it's all elemental. Everything on this team is elemental. We got double green, blue, minus red. This one wasn't as impressive, but if you want to use Tannenbaum, if you want to have an all-elemental team, you want to do Skulls. There's the Wand. Okay, we're going to Entangle. It's a perfect situation. Almost. So we'll Entangle them. We get an extra turn. We look for our Mirage Queen. We don't have it. Let's take this. We got this. Trying to set up the green to Skull with the Mirage Queen, really. But take Skulls if you got them. If you have nothing, I usually just do this. Kind of reset the board. Green to Skulls, what we're looking for. Or if you don't have that, you could just take Skulls. do some pretty heavy skull damage. You're doing triple skull damage to Entangled. Shit's pretty hard. And they can't hit you back. You're hitting them really hard and they can't hit you back. And you could get an... If this works out, it's really nice. The green gems to Doomskull. And you could just cast the first one. Like, if they're weakened and you want to, you could just cast her spell and kill them. How much does she do? Oh, it doesn't say. It sucks. So when nothing's going right, just do this. We're trying to get the skulls right now for the skull team. Let's see how much she hits for. I'm just curious. See, she doesn't one-shot unless you boost her health. But maybe Yasmin's would do it. I need to look into that. I almost did during the stream, then I got all confused and started doing this, so. They're dead. That's a Tannenbaum team, elemental team. Using Liekki. If you want to use her other option, you can do this. Dun, 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 dun. So that is that. I started by thinking like she's horrible, and then she grew on me a little bit, and now at this point she's mid, maybe above average for me. Alright, the Vault event. We all know what this is, right? You use either Rowan or Ironhawks. You do Explore 1. The best location is Wild Plains this weekend. We have Mist of Scales Naga. They are getting extra stats. So there's no Naga in Wild Plains. There's one Naga in Cinemirage. So Cinemirage would also be good. But Wild Plains has 0 Naga, so I'm doing Wild Plains. So we all know that these two kingdoms work. And the only time they don't work is when something has extra stats that's there. So there's only one Naga in Cinemirage, 0 Naga in Wild Plains. So they still work. So just do Explore 1, y'all. You know the deal. Yeah, whatever you're doing, you know, you're probably not listening to me anymore, or you already are. So I'm not going to change anybody's minds, most likely. But, I use this team for gaps, and then I put Ironhawk here for verses. So what you want to do is do Explore 1 until you get the 4 different color verses. Once you have that, you run a gap. And then you go back and forth and back and forth. So you're hunting verses until you get enough to run a gap, and then you run a gap. Then you're hunting verses until you get enough to run a gap, and then you run a gap. The main goal of this is to get vault keys, you know? Because the vault keys are amazing. It's the best single fight you could be doing in the entire game. Don't get distracted by pets. Don't open vault keys during the vault event. Do Explore 1. If you have Ironhawks, use them. If you don't have Ironhawks, do Rowan. If you don't have Ironhawks, do Rowan, and you can go to different kingdoms. You can farm trait stones, you can farm class experience, you can get class weapons. So that's what I always say is either Ironhawk or Rowan. If you don't have Ironhawks, then you probably still have some classes you need to get 100. You probably still have some class weapons you need to get. You probably still have some trait stones you need to farm. So do that, because the Rowan team is the best at that. Any of those in-between teams I don't love, and I think you're just hurting yourself. Anytime you stop and do a pet, you're hurting yourself. Anytime you do anything but the Vault event, you're kind of hurting yourself. But it is what it is. It's a video game. But yeah, Explore 1 with Ironhawks if you got it. If you don't, do Rowan. And then the best kingdom is Wild Plains for Ironhawks. If you're using Rowan, feel free to go to whatever kingdom. And yeah, hunt versus till you get a gap, then run a gap. Hunt versus till you get a gap, then run a gap. Don't just stack gaps to the moon unless, you know, there's specific situations where people do that and it's acceptable. But otherwise, you're just putting off a 15-minute thing over and over and over, and you're stacking them 100 of them up. Now you got 15 minutes times 100. Now you got 25 hours ahead of you. Why are you doing that? Like, don't do that to yourself. You're hurting your future self. Run the freaking gaps. It's the main point of the Vault event. But that's all I got for you. If you have any questions, put them in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, consider joining. It helps a lot. Take good about the channel, comment below. And I'll see y'all next time. Peace. Too long. Damn it. It's like over-explain the Vault event when people already know what it is, you know? Why I do that. Then like that, I don't know, the Tangle Bomb team is... I like the first one better than the second one. But I don't know, showing 2 teams is better than showing 1, I guess. Soulforge is cool, though. We got Ironhawk. That's sick. But I should probably get out of here. That was the train from the other stream, or bus. Alright, I better go. Thank you so much, Anita. Appreciate the gifted. It went to Chrissy. Ooh, maybe they play Gems of War and they like Chrysanthrax. But appreciate y'all being here today. Alan, Funky. Say everybody's name again. Alan was first, Funky was second, Yoke was third, Linton, Daniel, EQ, Beg, Rashthran, Linton, Anita, Beg, Motivated. Got Yoke, we got Bella, Sir Bella, Linton, Anita, Funky Town. Alright, y'all. Have a good one. I'm going to go work on that video, and I will see y'all on probably Monday right now. But I will start up that new account playthrough, and we probably will be streaming more. But we'll start it at some point this month. Might make another video, though, so keep your eyes peeled. Because I did get, like, 3rd place on speedrun.com, Explorer 12. So people are probably interested in, like, what'd you do then? Like, what team did you use? But most people already know. But it still might get some views, so I might do it. Plus, just to show, hey, look, I got 3rd place. I don't know. I might try for 2nd for a minute before I put out the video, though. It's almost impossible. I don't know how the person has 1 minute and 7 seconds. Like, I could do a perfect run and probably not get that. But it's because they're on PC, I bet. PC mobile. I'm on console. I'm never going to get first. It's not fair. But yeah, I'll see y'all. Have a good one. You're the best. Peace out.